Alright, today's a sad day. Alright, it's not that sad, but, or I should say, it's not so much a day as it's just been a really slow process. And I'm finally going to talk about it because it feels like a friend that distanced themselves and started doing weird stuff, and they weren't very nice to you, and then finally they sent you a text and said they don't want you in your life anymore, in their life anymore, and it sucks. It really sucks because you've had some good times and you've got some good memories. I'm talking about Rooster Teeth, which you know that's the case because it's in the description probably, or the title of the video, right? Uh, Rooster Teeth, Rooster Teeth. Man, what the hell happened with Rooster Teeth? First couple seasons of Red vs. Blue, pretty much until they kind of started doing the animation stuff and got into Halo 3 and things just didn't kind of work as well. Masterpieces. The Halo 2 stuff, the Halo 1 stuff, just great. Really funny, really clever. The writing was really good. The cleverness, because of their limitations, I think that actually really helped the creativity. But now they're kind of, they're denouncing what do we put it, racism, sexism, and harassment. I'm joking, of course. They haven't said this by name, but I don't see how, when with all the different jokes and different characters in the original Red vs. Blue being so problematic now, that's not what they're talking about. So the other day they went back and they released a thing saying that that their new values don't align with some of their older content, so they're going to be going back and essentially purging it. They're going to be burning their own books for wrongthink. Oh my god, that's pathetic. That's pathetic. But this has been a long time in the making. They've been slowly pushing away, or I should say, pushing towards essentially social justice oriented or sensitive content. It would be like McDonald's going vegan. Like, why? You guys sell burgers, right? No, meat's bad, and we're going to burn down every restaurant that once sold meat. That would be them. I'm picking on vegans. I know not all vegans are like that, but you know what I mean. Like full PETA, right? If they were to go full PETA vegan or whatever it is they eat. I don't know. Plants have feelings too, right? But so they made that announcement. I guess that was a couple weeks ago at this point. Well, I knew that was pretty much the end of anything they were ever going to make that I was going to enjoy, because if you're not willing to take risks and laugh at sexism, racism, bigotry, that kind of stuff, if you can't laugh at it, then you're just gonna really bland content. And I mean, that would be like Mel Brooks saying, well, due to my anti-racist values, I'm going to be removing all copies of, I'm going to denounce and remove all copies of, Blazing Saddles or something. Like, people just, I don't know why people do this. I think it's because they're trying to recruit like a social justice audience, I guess. I don't know. Every industry I see, whether it's comics or movies or video games, they go for this phantom SJW audience, and they always crash and burn. Maybe Rooster Teeth will fit the niche. I don't know. Something about being in Austin, I guess. It's like a East LA, as they say. Ugh, God, just whatever. So, final straw was, no, it wasn't them firing Joel. I love Joel, but, I give them the benefit of the doubt. They're a company, they're a big organization. I don't know really what happens behind the scenes. Yeah, they canned my favorite guy, but I don't know. I don't know what's really going on with that. I still like Joel. And I know he's, oh, God forbid, he's like a libertarian type. So they, can't have that. I'm sure all those awesome Rooster Teeth shorts they did, I think it was like the first season of it, where they like connected it all with one big conspiracy, those are probably getting deleted as we speak because they're problematic. Some of the best moments on Achievement Hunter were when Joel would guest. I'm sure those are gone too because, they're problematic. They should just delete every video that has a white person in it. then maybe they'll make the social justice people happy. I don't know. They're trying to please an audience that cannot be pleased. I mean, they were already getting shit because, or I should say, they were getting the Inquisitors were out when they launched their new animation thing, and like the main girl is I guess she's like West Asian, so she's kind of darker, and like all the comments from their new fans were, I hope she's voiced by somebody who's of person of color or whatever of descent that they're trying to portray. It's like, yeah, guys, you're gonna really keep that audience happy. Good luck. Good luck walking on those eggshells. And that's the thing is that if they weren't actively telling their not social justice people to piss off, it would just be like, well, their content might suffer, but whatever. That's a bad choice, but at least we can, still enjoy what's good. But then, I don't know if I'm centered or not. They tweet that out, which I guess I'll read off. This is your regular reminder that we happily and proudly stand for social justice. You're an entertainment company. You should stand for being entertaining. Whatever. Okay, that's pretty terrible, but fine, we have no tolerance for racism, sexism, or harassment of any kind. Well, we know what that means, right? It means you can't joke about it. That means anything that the social justice people label as sexist, racist, or harassment. We know where that's going, right? On its face, it sounds fine, but we know what they mean by that because we're pretty sure we know what they mean by social justice. And then it says, if you're not with us, this isn't an airport, no need to announce your departure. So basically, screw you if you're not on board with our politics. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? I mean, you've alienated so many longtime fans. You've alienated the people who've been supporting you since, you guys were just a couple of young guys making machinima, and it was like so cool, like Halo and all this other stuff, right? So that's my generation. We built that. We love that stuff. And you're just sticking a middle finger right at your main audience. I mean, they're making new content that's not necessarily geared towards the same people who it was geared towards before. That's fine. But, way to, just flip the bird to all of us who put you where you are. It's like, you know what, guys? You're making your own bed. You're going to crash and burn. You laid off a bunch of people. What was that, earlier this year? It's going to get worse. It's going to get really worse. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they got a lot of, I should say, support within the industry. There's a lot of people propping stuff up. But, I couldn't, that RTX was something I wanted to go to at some point. No, never. Not going to ever go to that. So, I was actually interested in their new animation stuff. No, not anymore. It's just, and if I saw this and it was the other way as well, I'd be like, well, if you guys were it's one thing if you're political tunes or something, and then people are getting uppity about being offended by your politics. And you're like, well, duh, we're right-wing whatever or left-wing whatever. And then it's like, well, either the content wasn't made for you in the first place, or what are you complaining about? That's the point, right? But in this case, it's guys who are just you guys, it was Xbox, it was Halo. It was back when, you played with people on Xbox Live and the politics didn't matter, right? Because you loved games and you loved this kind of stuff, right? No, those people, throw them out. That's what I mean. If they were being like this, like right-wing shitheads, we stand for Trump, we have no tolerance for leftism, communism, and whatever, I'd be like, ooh, that's cringy. And then telling, basically, especially your long-time fan base, that this is an airport, no need to announce your departure. Well, you know what? I am announcing my departure. Because, why? Why? We want to support you. We want to like you. And you just stick a middle finger in our face. Did you forget who got you where you were? I mean, I used to really look up to you guys. You were independent. You were independent content creators, and you know, you had lightning in a bottle. You know, and I wanted to do something like what you guys did, and you know, I've had varying levels of success with that. But you know, it was an inspiration. It was kind of like a, hey, these guys did it, and you know, maybe I can do it. But they're just, it's not about that anymore. It's about politics or some crap, social justice. Ugh, God, they're a sinking ship. It's sad. It's, I guess I'm taking it a little more personal than maybe some people are. But if you've been around from the beginning, I mean, this was before, like, they were around doing the Red vs. Blue stuff before YouTube. We used to send it in emails to each other to watch these like videos, and it was just like redvsblue.com. Like, you'd go to that, it's like at school, you know, and you'd watch that during directed study or something, like it was, you know, until that got blocked. It was something different. I mean, it was a product of people like me, our culture. And I don't mean white male. I mean the 2000s gamer. It was us. We're the ones who built this. And you're just like, well, if you're not on board with social justice, what the hell's that have to do with the people who helped you, right? I don't know. Maybe it'll work out for them, but I really doubt it. I really doubt it, because the writing's already suffering. We already saw that, especially with Ruby and particularly the later seasons of Red vs. Blue. Something was going wrong. It just wasn't really good. Probably overstayed. They probably should have ended it like right after their like little stint into Halo 3. But whatever. I mean, we have a couple good seasons of it, right? But apparently they're problematic and they're going to be deleted now. Whatever. I don't know. If I see it used, I'll pick it up used. But it's just like, you guys basically, you told me, no, we don't want your support or your fandom or your anything. You know, unless you're on board with social justice. I'd love to know what that has to do with, you know, the entertainment you make. Awful. Awful. And you know what? Maybe some of these people, like, I used to think they were kind of cool guys, but now I don't know. I look at the guys who are left. I'm like, yeah, you guys come off as like real assholes. Real assholes. Barbara's just like mean to people who are not in the social justice crowd. Like, I'm just talking on Twitter. I mean, it's like, it's really off-putting. It's like, it's not about the brand. It's not about what you guys are making. It's about social justice. All right. You know, majority of your fans are not going to be down with that, and you guys are going to crash and burn. I mean, maybe you're doing okay because you're moving on to the streaming platforms and people don't get to see your social media crap. But the second people do, they look out, they go, oh, I want to look these guys up. And then it's just like this big middle finger in their in their Twitter feed towards people like them. They're gonna step away from it. They're gonna say, I don't need this in my life. I mean, they're not going to send you money. They might watch you on the streaming service, but they're not going to buy your stuff. I mean, I wouldn't be caught dead in a Rooster Teeth shirt, and I would have worn that proudly back in the day. Not anymore. They're just, God, I don't know. I'm rambling a bit, but it just sucks. It sucks to see this happen to stuff you used to love, you know. Like, it's like watching a friend join a cult. Like, they go away from you, and you can reach out to them, and it doesn't matter. They're cutting you out unless you're in the cult. Nothing you can do about it. I just hope this happens with like less and less, because I see this happen with, I mean, particularly it's like actor thing and stuff like that. I mean, do you guys remember like Know Your Meme? They went off the cliff. Like, oh, this is a really cool thing, and they went off the cliff. What was it? Movie Bob used to be kind of, you know, neutral. Well, you hear what he said about stuff. You're like, okay, I don't know if I agree or not. And then it just turned into like political diatribes. The Escapist was like really guilty of that. Like, they just, I used to visit that site all the time, and then they just got, like, weird. They got agenda-ish. And it's just like, oh, God. Just watching these places fail one by one by one. I don't know. I don't know. Rooster Teeth. Don't buy stock in Rooster Teeth. Do they have stock? I don't think they're publicly traded. Whatever. Disappointed, guys. Disappointed. I wanted you to succeed, but you're not gonna. You're not gonna. And it's kind of sad. So, whatever.